The principle applies whenever you want to change someone's behavior, and it applies equally well when that someone is you or somebody else. Furthermore, it can be stated in 3 words. Make it easy. When we want to change someone's behavior, our culture provides 3 main ways of accomplishing that goal. We're socialized to argue, to promise, and to threaten. We use arguments to convince people of the errors of their current ways and of the great benefits of doing things our way. We promise them rewards if their behavior changes as we wish it to change, and we warn them of bad consequences if they do not change. These are all natural ways to answer what seems to be the relevant question. How do I get this person or this group to do what I want them to do? But there is a 4th approach, which starts from 2 different questions. The first one is, why isn't this person already doing the wonderful thing I want her to do? What is keeping her from doing the right thing? And how could I change this person's situation so that it would be easy for her to do as I hope? This principle has been around in psychology for a long time, and in recent years it has been adopted by the thriving field of behavioral economics, and it has acquired a new name, which has become part of everyday language. It's called nudging. The most famous application of nudging has to do with how to encourage people to save more for the future. It is widely known that people in the West, certainly in the US and probably in Canada as well, save less than they want to. Indeed, they plan to save more starting next year, but next year somehow never comes. Why is it then that people don't save more than they do and as much as they would like to do? The answer is human nature. Most of us are much less interested in the future than in the present. Most of us also dislike the idea of cutting our consumption, and we're too lazy to take the actions that are needed to organize a higher saving rate. And this is why people are trapped in a situation in which they would actually like to get out of. Now, the inventor of the idea of nudging, Richard Thaler, had a brilliant idea. And the idea was to create a situation in which people's laziness and lack of passion about the future can be harnessed to make it easy to adopt a higher rate of saving. Employees in an organization were offered a plan that is now known as Save More Tomorrow. In that plan, they do not increase their saving rate immediately. They only commit themselves to increase their saving rate by 2% of their salary the next time they get a raise, the saving to be deducted automatically from their paycheck. The series of automatic increases will continue until the employee decides to stop it, at which point the saving rate will stop increasing. Note how this works. The increased saving will take place later, not now. It will not involve a cut in consumption because it will be associated with a raise, and it requires no action because it will happen automatically. On the contrary, laziness will work to increase the saving rate because an action is required to opt out of the program. The saving rate in that organization actually increased from an average of about 3% to 11%. Nudging is a very powerful force. Millions of workers in several countries are now willingly enrolled in Save More Tomorrow plans. People are actually happy to enroll in a plan that will cause them to do what they wish to do, which is to save more, without putting any load on their willpower. They save more when it is made easy to save more. There are many similar nudges, and you get the general idea. Make it easy. So how can we nudge ourselves? How do we make ourselves improve our own behavior? Here, the make it easy principle takes a slightly different form. How do we create a situation in which we will behave well? How do I create a situation in which I will behave well, better than I'm inclined to, and with the minimum exertion of willpower? Willpower is a scarce resource, and we should conserve on it. Fortunately, it is often possible to create an environment in which behaving well is easy. For a cookie freak like myself, for example, it is far easier not to have cookies at home than to have them and not devour them. And even if there must be cookies at home, I'm better off if they're out of sight in a kitchen cabinet than if they are on the table. And if they are in a kitchen cabinet, I'm better off if they are on a high shelf and on the second row than if they are within easy reach. Setting up these arrangements of my environment is relatively straightforward and certainly much easier than forcing myself to abstain from cookies that I hanker for. I have offered you a principle that can substantially empower you when you intend to influence others or yourselves. Make it easy.